Welcome to a very sleepy, very tired, slightly achy coffee time. We were just discussing on stream about why I'm in so much pain today. It's because I did DIY yesterday. And my body hates me for it. Shall we make some coffee? I need caffeine. As a side note, when Geek was out and about and hearing about my troubles with DIY yesterday, she went and bought me a giant bag of coffee. like this is bigger than my head. It's a kilo of coffee from Italy. It's called Maestoso. I don't know how you'd say it. Roasted coffee beans, strong taste.
Hey there, just a quick reminder, this is a recording of a stream I did on Twitch. If you like this and want more live content, come join the chat and the great community over on Twitch. I stream every week Monday, Friday and Sundays, or follow me on my socials for any changes or extra streams. Okay, thanks, and here's the video.
It's all in Italian. I think it's Italian. So it gives you things like how strong it is and roast level and stuff. Can't read half of that stuff. But I'm not going to open them today. Today we're going to carry on with the ones from last week, not yesterday. Last week, the two from Monmouth. We're going to carry on with those, and then we're going to do some espresso sort of things. Probably just Americanos. We're going to have it black and then maybe add some milk and just see what it's like, because one of them wasn't great with the AeroPress. I don't know why I'm talking to that mic. That mic's not on. One of them wasn't great with the AeroPress, so I'm hoping it'll be better with the espresso. You had a stress moment after I had to rip out the carpet of your aunt's bedroom, realising after the fact I didn't wear any protection. The carpet was glued in the 60s. Prime asbestos era. Oh shit. Yeah, that's not good. Me and Moss did 12 hours of Stardew. Yes, new Stardew got released this week. 1.6. Lots of new content. I've never played Stardew on stream. I have completed it off stream. So I'm probably going to have to start a new game, aren't I? Of Stardew. Maybe that'll be my new hyperfixation. That thud was the bag being dropped on the floor, because I can't bend over fully today. Because aforementioned DIY and having to contort myself into the corner of the attic. It's in bed. You needed beans. Beans! Yeah, I mean, when I was watching you play, you were like 3 or 4 years ahead in Stardew already. Anyway, so let's get the coffee on the way and then we can chat. The thing is, when you've played Stardew multiple times and you know like what you need to advance to get to the stuff you actually want to do, you can speed run a lot of it very quickly. Right, we're gonna do the yellow one first. Oh, I need to switch cameras, Paul. Oh, hello. You're offline. Why are you offline? I did charge you. Also, you're not on. There it is. Hopefully it'll stay on for a little bit. Oh, that's why it's so dark in here. My light isn't on. Oh, there we go. I'm not with it today. Thank you for those shout-outs for Joe and Leo. Finishing the community centre hinges on one single cabbage. Might be able to buy that, I guess. You had a great new random events. Oh, okay, that camera's dying. Looks like that camera didn't charge properly last week. So it's off it goes. That's fine, we don't need it. There's enough new to make the old feel exciting. It did look like a huge update. I haven't actually read any of the update notes because I kind of don't want to spoil them for myself. Like having little teasers is fine, but I don't want to like read through the release notes and be like, oh, I can do this now. Oh, I can do that now. Oh, this is. Oh, I would rather just start a new game and then see what comes out. And then once I'm on maybe year 2 or 3, then look at what's new that I've missed. I think that's how I'll play. Because I understand the game enough to probably get by without the wiki. Because I have not... I haven't played in a while, but I do, you know, I did complete it. Oh, I got like 90% completion. Tabukid, hello. Good afternoon, welcome on in. I have adapted to the dark of the attic. That's why none of the lights are on. That is probably true. I'm a wall dweller now. So when I was a young boy, my uncle would throw me into cavities. That sounds so weird. But he would. So I was a lanky but very thin sort of child. So I could fit into gaps where most people couldn't, and also I can get very small. And my dad and my uncles would be like, hey, I need to get this cable, or hey, I need to go down there and do something. Guess what you're doing? And would throw me into like a crawl space sort of thing. So I'm very much used to being in confined spaces and feeling comfortable about it. I'm definitely not claustrophobic. In fact, I kind of love it. When you're not, it's the, like when you're lying on your back or on your side and you've got to like reach out and do something at like your furthest reach, and then you're stretching, and then you've got to hold your arm there for like tens of minutes sort of thing. That's the painful part. My body isn't built for that. So yeah, I am used to a lot of this, like doing this for other people as a child. It's gonna get loud now. My uncle used to call me a worm because I could worm my way into literally any sort of gap to get these things done. Doing it for myself in my own house is annoying, and I am a large adult now. Also, why are you turned off? My cameras are having moments today, it appears. There we go. We're going to move this one over here anyway, because we're going on to the espresso machine in a short minute. I do need to sort this out first. I was born in the darkness, molded by it. You looked at a vague where to start. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, maybe I'll look at one of those guides. Was your uncle called Fagin or Bill Sykes? No. My dead uncle used to call me Worm. In fact, he still called me it when I was an adult. Because of my ability to... Because he moved house a fair bit, and he was well off enough to like build his own houses, or, you know, things like that. So as he was doing it, I would be there, and because I'm technologically inclined as well, he would always get me to do like network cables through the walls and stuff. He would pay me for it. You know, it was an actual paid job. I wasn't just doing it because he was family. Family! I mean, I would have done it just because I was family. All right, there's 20 grams of coffee got in there. Let me just distribute this a bit better before we tamp it down. So this one is the Fazenda Deserto, and it's the bigger bag I have. This was the one that I was like, could be better if it was in a different method. I think this one's the praline one. Let's not get into that discussion again. Oh, okay. Right, there we go. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Do, 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 do. Can I do the worm dance? I used to be able to do the worm dance. I can do it vertically. So I do a very good wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. I can do that. In fact, it's a cosplay idea of mine to go to a convention as a wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. I'm not sure how I'd do it, but it's one day. We're just doing a little cooling flush there, just to get that really hot water out. That's about right. How is that looking on the old camera? There we go. Right, once that's green, is it green? It's green, let's go. Now, I don't think I've done this one as an espresso before, so this could be a little bit off on the old grind level. No, that's good. Maybe a little bit too fine. But I'll take it. I'd rather take that than not fine enough. Yes, I know, we've discussed this. We've discussed you making a flailing tube costume. The kids' tunnel spiral thing, yes. That's a good body. That'd be a good body. I don't know how tall we could go, or whether we could actually fit in an actual air pump as well. Like, so maybe it could flail by itself and then I just add to it. Oh, I'm just walking around with it on my head. You know, there are many options, many options. Some sort of ducting. Yeah, like the little pumps you can get in like the sumo suits. But then also they're meant to have like the like separate pump, so I could just have it on like a trolley and I pull it and like have it pulled behind me or something. Have an actual air pump. We can keep them for Neo, yes. We can have them as doggo tunnels, that is true. Right, we have a double espresso shot there. That turned out, you know, not too bad. That was a pretty good speed. Well, I'm just gonna pour it in here. And give it a sip. This is black. There we go. So this is the chocolate praline one, I think. Let me go back to Monmouth and I'll tell you. Coca praline, low acidity, heavy body, dark roast. Oh, that's sweet. Holy shit. Damn, that's a damn good espresso just by itself. It's definitely, it does have low acidity, although I'm still getting a little bit of that sort of like tip of my teeth sort of feeling. Oh, yeah, I'm getting the praline again. Yeah, that is, ooh, definitely heavy. It's definitely heavy. I could very much just have that as an espresso. Very much so. But I want it to last, so I'm going to add some water, which it'll change the flavour. Let me try that just with extra water. I almost did a Twin Peaks quote. As long as I don't do the nutty quote from Austin Powers. That scene is the worst scene. Oh god, I hate that so much. So much. Alright, with just extra water. Oh yeah, okay, so it has melted obviously because it's watered down, but still got that sweetness. Less of that like tip of your teeth sort of taste. It is a damn fine cup of coffee. Alright, I'm adding some milk. Just a teeny amount. You hate Austin Powers. I haven't watched it in like 10 years, so I don't know how I feel about it now. And it's kind of like there are many comedy things that I found funny when I was younger that I probably wouldn't find as funny now. All those all the comedies that mock other comedies, things like that. It's like the scary movies are good, but there's all those spin-off ones that there's so many of them. I used to find some of them funny, a lot of them are not funny. So there are still moments in Austin Powers that are just peak awesome though. I mean, the classic of just getting the little buggy thing caught in the corridor going back and forth. That is just comedy gold. But that is the sort of thing that you could have. I mean, there's no crudeness to it. There's no toilet humor. There's no. That's just that's just hilarious. It's the sort of thing Mr. Bean could do, sort of thing. You know, it's like. It's that sort of level of comedy is still always going to be timeless, I think. The silliness of it, but you never found Fat Bastard funny. No, because they're still too over the top. Yeah, the over the top personalities are just stupid as well. I think the milk's made this worse. Because I'm getting more of the underlying flavours, but I much prefer it when it was sweeter. I'm going to come back to that one. I think the milk's maybe made that worse. It goes from being all funny to only moments of brilliance. And a lot of filler. Yeah. But I think you can... Comedy ages though, doesn't it? So there are other... admittedly hilarious, used to be hilarious films that are like, yeah, that's... And it's partly because you've seen it before, so you know the jokes, so it's not funny anymore. So you're kind of seeing the underlying aspect of it. It hasn't got the impact of your first time you've seen it, but also just times change, things aren't funny anymore. You change. There will always be timeless moments, but certain things are just not funny anymore. Some old comedic routines were funny, but now they're seen in a different light. It's just how it is. It's how it is. Anyway, I'm gonna need to make another one of these. So we're gonna make another espresso with Fazenda Santa Lucia, which is the chocolate one. Dark chocolate macadamia, apparently. Dark chocolate macadamia, low acidity, rich body. This one I liked more, I think, as an AeroPress. So we'll see how it is on. We'll see how it is as an espresso. Airplane is still mostly hilarious. Yeah, most of the Monty Pythons are like hilarious. Naked Gun, still mostly hilarious. You know, some hold up more than others. Like Scary Movie 2, I think is the best one. That's still pretty funny. Although there are moments where you're like, Hot Shots, especially Part 2. One of my favorite films growing up. Had to be seen in slightly a different light now, but whatever. But there was a moment, like in the 2000s, where they were churning out those, not the Scary Movie, but the Scary Movie style mock parody sort of comedy films. And they were just not funny. There may have been one or two moments where they were, but they were just not funny. I went to see... I think, is it Meet the Spartans or something? That's one of those. I went to see one of those at the cinema, and it's just not worth. No, I think I only saw it because there was nothing else to see, and some friends wanted to go. Right, that's gonna be loud. I'm gonna go clean this out, and back in a minute. I'm back. All right, another 20 grams of coffee. Put the paper filter in. I'm grinding both of these at the same level because I haven't ground them for espresso before. So if it doesn't work, we'll have to dial it in. Right. Date movie, epic movie, yeah, those ones. When it was an X movie, it was more like a long string of vines that than the comedy film. Yeah, there was like the underlying story was very like the plot was kind of just they stole the main plot they're taking the piss out of and very loosely held on to it. And then there was just one-off, one-liner gags about all the related movies, wasn't it? It's like, you're not really trying here. Not just another teen movie, though. Not just another teen movie. Kind of nailed it, because they knew... I think that was very self-aware. A lot of them weren't self-aware. Or would not, they just didn't care. They were just literally in it for the one-liner gags. Yep, not another teen movie was an absolute bang because I think it was just it didn't go overboard. Like there are some jokes in there that are like, okay, fair enough. In this day and age, you probably wouldn't get away with that. But it wasn't like just constant parody joke after parody joke after just nonsense that didn't make any sense. I think they pulled it off. They balanced it very well. And it has a very young Captain America in it. Right, we got that set up. That was the one, yeah, with, was it Bobby Ray? That he only had something like 4 concussions left. Yeah. Good times. That's I think that's still a half decent movie. Again, it wouldn't be as funny now as it was back then, but I think that holds up much more. In fact, that was probably before a lot of these like date movie, epic movie sort of times, wasn't it? It's like scary movie. I mean, there were ones before it. There were definitely ones before it. You know, Airplane and all that stuff where they had some parody stuff in them. And then Scary Movie kind of came out and everyone loved it. And then they realised, oh, these can actually do pretty well. So they saturated the market too much. This one's coming. Look how runny that is. Look at the. There's a lot of froth on that one. I'm gonna let that run for a little bit longer. Damn. So what I've found with this coffee is I do have to let it breathe a little bit. I have to bloom it and let it breathe before putting in more water because, as you saw then, the act of adding lots of water at once makes it way too frothy. Especially in the AeroPress, so I have to like bloom it and then give it a second and then add more water. I don't know why. I don't know why this one's different. Maybe it's fresher. What's the... Because they're the same roast. Yeah, I'm making coffee myself. Yes, I certainly am. This is my little coffee espresso machine. Hold on, let me get my mug with the camera. Today I'm just trying them as a little black espresso. Got these 2 coffees here. I've made one of that already, and it was very nice as an espresso shot, but then as I turned it into Americano, it didn't quite hold up to my expectations. This one is the red one here. I'm just gonna give that a taste. Black. So this one is the what dark chocolate macadamia low acidity rich body dark roast. So I expect this one to be slightly fuller body, sort of not quite as sweet as the other one was when I tried that. Yeah, it's got a bit of sweetness. Oh, it's so creamier. Oh. You know what? I can actually taste the macadamia a bit. I couldn't when I did it in the AeroPress last week. Could I? I couldn't taste that at all. Not getting so much dark chocolate. Oh, actually, there is a slight bitterness of the dark chocolate in it. Yeah. Wow, that is nice. I could very much drink that as an espresso shot as well. This one definitely is best as an espresso. The AeroPress was all right. You know, I'll drink it, but it wasn't perfect. And now I've added milk and water to it. It's underwhelming. It's underwhelming. But this one was good as an AeroPress. I'm just going to add some water to it. I've got to try it with the water and milk. So this is Americano, basically, black Americano. I think I prefer it with the AeroPress than in this form. But as an espresso shot, that was actually very nice. I'm just going to add some milk. Americano, indeed. I'm just drinking Nescafe instant coffee. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's not my preference, but it's good enough. My I do like the, is it the, not the Intenso one. They've come out with like the more upmarket sort of instance, haven't they, in the past few years? And some of those are actually kind of nice. They're a lot sweeter instant coffee though. It's a lot sweeter. You're drinking kind of energy drink. Hey, caffeine, sugar, it's all good. Oh yeah, that's much better than that one is with the milk. Yeah, I'm definitely getting some of that dark chocolate and macadamia from that one. This one over here should be giving me coca, praline, low acidity, heavy body. And this one is dark chocolate, macadamia. I could definitely taste the macadamia when I just had the espresso shot. With this one, when I made the double espresso, it was sweet. So sweet. But it had like a little bit of bite of, I'm not sure if it was bitterness or acidity. But that's why I've added the water and the milk on that one. And I actually prefer it in the espresso. This one I probably prefer as an AeroPress. Probably. You're a former barista, but you have 2 young kids who don't have much time to devote to your coffee. That's fair. That's fair. I've literally just started doing this because I started streaming and I like coffee, and then someone in chat was like, hey, teach us about coffee, you seem to know your stuff. And I was like, I don't know my stuff. I still don't know my stuff. I know enough. But hey, it's kind of spiraled out of control because now I have, I don't know if you can see it. This is my espresso machine. I've had this automatic like drip thing for years. I've got mocha pots, I've got pour overs, cafetières, I've got Vietnamese fin, what else have I got?
What's not in here? The AeroPress, obviously. AeroPress is my favourite. It's just so easy, quick, and just great. Everyone should get an AeroPress. I do cold brew. I do iced coffee. We do lots of things on this stream. Most Sundays, 12 UK time, we're doing coffee of some sort. There's even a whole YouTube backlog for you to watch if you really want to. You break out the espresso machine from time to time. Oh, when people come over, there's too much choice, if anything. Too much choice. Why does my body hate me? Because I did DIY yesterday, Bells. I was in the attic for about 7 hours, crammed into a corner. So yes, my body hates me. You use the mock pot. You have a cheap coffee machine, but never used it. I love the mock pot. I really do. I've got it's technically a 2-cup one, although 2 cups is probably the perfect size for like one of these. So it kind of works out. I love using this, but because this is my office and my stream room, and all my coffee stuff is here, I have to go in the kitchen to do this. So I very rarely do that, because in my work day when I'm on calls and meetings and whatnot, I can't watch it. I have to. I'd rather just get a quick coffee from my AeroPress or something and take it from there. I don't do that too much. I probably should. AeroPress is definitely my favorite. If anyone ever asks me, hey, I'm getting into the like proper coffee, ground coffee sort of stuff, what do you recommend? AeroPress, 100%. It's so easy. You can't cock it up. As long as you get your grind level and the amount of coffee you're putting in, you could leave that for 20 minutes. It'll get cold. It'll get colder, but it won't taste bad. It's great. It's easy to clean. Love the AeroPress. What DIY was it? I was trying to feed a network cable from near the router into the attic so I can bring it over here. And I managed to finally get a string guide all the way down the wall. It took hours, literal hours, 7 hours to be exact. What do I think is the difference between coffee machine and moka pot? Well, I mean, each method of making coffee brings out slightly different like textures and flavors. I mean, there's a lot to go in there. Some methods bring out more acidity, some stronger taste, some are better on the underlying body of it. It's really hard. That's a big question. Moka pot seems to be more intense. It seems to be more. Oh, I don't know. It's really hard to describe that. I have to come back to you on that one. Yeah, luckily Geek doesn't like coffee, so all of the coffee is for me and the guests. I mean, you can take a look at the YouTube playlist, which has most of these coffee. I haven't got like the last month's worth, but I've got like almost 3 years worth of coffee making madness. And literally everything on there. We've got iced coffees, we've got me attempting various instant coffees, like these ones, the flavored coffees, where you've got lovely flavors like Irish cream, coconut, white chocolate and raspberry.
These are vegan, sugar-free, low-calorie instant coffees. Guess what? I don't recommend them. Do not buy these. They are horrible. But we tried, you know, people in chat they sometimes send me, they buy me stuff through Throne for me to try. I've got a coffee straw here, which was bought by you guys, and it has the filter in the end. So you literally put the ground coffee and the hot water in the mug, and then you drink it through this. And it works. It filters out the ground coffee. You get coffee. But it's so weird drinking hot liquid through a straw. My brain does not like drinking almost boiling water through a straw. It doesn't make sense to my brain. Also, as you're drinking, all the grinds sort of like get stuck in the filter, so you have to kind of like blow it out every now and then to, otherwise you won't get anything coming through. It gets too thick. But hey, it would be good for camping. It'd be good for camping, but it's just like a little filter on the end. We've done a lot of things over the past 3 years, and we do this every Sunday basically. You love the smell. You do love the smell. Coffee does have a fantastic smell, though, doesn't it? My mouth barely handled the hotness, let alone from a straw. It's so weird. However, sometimes, like, I once didn't put the filter in an AeroPress properly, so as I pushed it down, ground coffee went into my mug, so this rescued that cup. You know, it's a useful tool to have. What else have we got up here? Oh, I've got my little clay bean. So this is from Japan. It is a little clay coffee bean thing. And what this does, apparently, and we did try it, and it did actually work. I don't know the science behind it, because it is reusable. But you stick this in bitter coffee, and it nullifies some of the bitterness. So it came with some Japanese coffee. My friend went to Japan, and she always buys me random stuff. So she bought me this. You stick it in for about 20-30 seconds, and it will nullify. It will kind of like, it mellows the bitterness. Doesn't completely eliminate it, but there is a noticeable change in the bitterness of coffee, especially that Japanese coffee that came with it. And we suspect either the clay is absorbing something, or the clay is, you know, putting something in there that is reacting to the bitterness. But it does work, and you just then wash it, like rinse it, and it's good to go again. Apparently. There's a bison coffee bean. Very interesting. So we like to experiment. What devices have you got at home? And if there's anything I haven't tried, I am very much up for like trying it out. We recently discussed how some Swedish coffee and some Vietnamese coffee, I have done Vietnamese coffee in my fin filter, how some of them use egg. They put egg in it, and some of them actually make like a kind of custard with the egg to put in your coffee. And that sounds horrible to me. Apparently the Swedish put it in the ground coffee of like a pour over, and then you put the hot water through it. It sounds horrible, and that is probably going to be a forfeit for one of my charity streams in the future. I was like, no thank you. I like egg. I like custard. Apparently a Vietnamese coffee, northern Vietnam does this, because my friends actually who turned me on to Vietnamese coffee, they're from their family's from the south of Vietnam. Apparently the north of Vietnam, they take the egg yolk, they take condensed milk and some sugar and kind of make that into like a custard. and then put that in your coffee. Have you tried any vegan milk? Only when out and about, not on stream. So when I'm out and I go to like, you know, one of the specialty coffee places, they might have, I think, oat milk is all right. Almond milk is all right. You know, I'll have it. It doesn't taste too bad. It doesn't taste too different. It's not bad. It doesn't taste too different. It's probably the best way to say that. But yes, I have tried it out and about. I just never tried it on stream. I probably should get some. I need to try like frothing some, I think. Get some coffee with some maybe oat milk froth. I don't know what you bet. Better. Whole milk's still better. Yep. The fat content in the milk does improve coffee. It's guaranteed. It's actually science. 100% agree there. I'm just trying to see. Oh yeah, you guys bought me my Ember mug, which is the little heat. So this has got a little heating element in it. Keeps my my espresso-y sort of drinks nice and warm. You can see a little light there telling me how much battery it's got left. This, I use it like whenever I do an espresso or a cappuccino or something. This is what I use. It's very good. This little chargy base here. What else have you guys got me over the years? Oh, the big mug. Yes, I got a mug about that big that we tried to fill. That was hilarious. You love oat or almond milk on cereal? Yeah, but we just don't get it. Yeah, we don't get other milks. I get milk obviously for my coffee, don't I? And then we don't really get other milks in because they'll go off. Our ADHD does not help us in that sense. You don't do cow's milk at all. Each alternative has its own issues. Yeah, I've heard this. I've heard there is one. I can't remember which one it is. There is one that's best for if you're doing the milk steaming, frothing, then get a certain type. If you don't want a certain, because almond milk has a certain flavor to it. You know, they all have their own certain flavors to it. If you don't want that, then the thing is, there's so many out there. You can basically make milk out of nearly everything. So there's a lot out there. There's the popular ones. Soy. You prefer soy. A lot of people think it's the worst. I don't think I've actually tried soy milk in coffee recently. I may have tried it like a few years back, but not recently. Can't really comment on that one. It might be an idea to try your coffees with different milk options on stream. Maybe. You heard someone put Worcester sauce on their crisps. What flavour are the crisps? Oat milk froths really well. Ah, okay. Because the thing with the frothing, it's all about, protein content and fat content kind of weigh into it, which is why whole milk is one of the bests for frothing and coffee, because protein and the fats in the milk interact in a certain way, and they also counteract the bitterness of coffee and the certain flavors. And that's why I add milk to sort of like mellow those coffee flavors and get the underlying flavors when it's like, especially for a lighter roast, it's like, hey, it's a very fragrant sort of coffee, and you should be getting strawberries with blah, and it's like, okay, cool. Not getting any of that. Add a bit of milk, and it does help bring that out. Add a bit of sugar if it's too bitter or sour or whatever. So there is a lot of science in this. We've learnt a lot over the past few years. Coconut, the worst for froth. I don't think I've ever tried coconut milk in coffee. Is that the same coconut milk that you... Yeah, is it the same sort of coconut milk you would put in a curry? Or do they do something special to it? Because you know you get the tins of coconut milk, right? Is it that? Because that would be interesting. Because some of it can be really watery, and some of it can be like really thick fat. Coconut fat, I guess. When I was a barista, the biggest nightmare was when someone would ask for a cappuccino with coconut milk. You can't get it to do cappuccino things. Can you not get like the thickness in the froth? Yeah. Yeah. It's like using so we tend to have like fully filtered milk, not whole milk. We because it lasts longer. We don't drink that much milk. We forget about it. So we get the stuff which is like slightly longer life. However, that means the fat content has been reduced a lot, and you know it's a very watery sort of milk. And I suspect coconut milk is kind of the same. And whenever I try to froth that, it never quite it's just not quite right. It gets a little bit, but not quite. So yeah, I can understand that. I thought the tins were cream. No, you can get coconut milk in them. There is creamed coconut, but there's also coconut milk that they stick in curries. That'll be interesting. Maybe I should get some oat milk. We should start with that. We should do a little bit of a froth on that. There's an idea for a future weekend. Right. I mean, I've got this bag that someone bought me yesterday. A giant bag of coffee, which I need to get through. So we'll be probably doing that. I'll probably be making some cold brew with this. Maybe now that the weather's getting a bit nicer, I might do a cold brew, because cold brews tend to require a bit more coffee than your standard. Because it's cold brewing, you need more coffee to water ratio. So maybe I'll use this for cold brew, especially if it's stronger. That means I can make a concentrated cold brew and water it down later. Oh, it's a heavy bag, that is. You can drink the leftovers with your cereal and make oaty cakes for our lactose intolerant friends. Yeah, oat milk. Might give that a go. Right. Well, I've got my coffees. I'm not going to make another one. My limit for the day is usually 2, possibly 3, depending on how bad the day is. But I think today is going to be a 2 coffee day. That is the end of coffee time.